and I think they can definitely pull off the victory.
I think another key is special teams. Before you take off, Albert, I think another thing is the special teams. Brawley's just got to play much better than we did at Yuma Catholic.
Absolutely, Tom.
Okay, thank you, Albert. Going back to his day job, as it were, and he will be back, I'm assuming, at halftime. Okay. Oh, all right. You take care of whatever. All right. Now we're good. All right. So we're back to Danny Tombach, and our cameraman Lloyd Miller is with us tonight, and we appreciate a great job that he does, and hopefully can key off of some of what we're talking about tonight, Danny. Look for Imperial to come out in a shotgun. I have not seen Jordan Reed, the quarterback from Imperial, go under center even once in all the film that I watched. They're going to have look a lot like Brawley in certain situations. They're going to have doubles, and Joey Ramos is going to be in the slot, so he's a threat to go one way, to go the other way. They put him in motion. He's going to be the focus point of this offense. They will have a single back, and again, I realize now that I'm with Albert that Quintero is in uniform. I wouldn't doubt that he was, but again, he is heavily bandaged. If you look at his legs and everything else, he's arms and see a little bit of a shoulder brace, I believe, on his left shoulder, right shoulder. So we'll see how that might affect anything. Okay, Danny, we're getting ready for the toss, and the Wildcat band's coming out on the field. And I'm assuming we might have our national anthem before that. Like to remind you again, you're listening to exciting Brawley High Wildcat football. A little bit of a technical difficulties tonight in terms of bringing you our fine sponsors, but we'll give you a rundown on the sponsors in a moment. I think the band's going to go out, and while they are, I'd like to remind you that Wildcat football is sponsored by Brownie's Diner in Brawley and the Town Pump Restaurant in Westmoreland, One World Beef Packers, Smith Kendall Insurance and Real Estate, Brawley Auto Center, A&R Construction, Clicka Parker Insurance Company, Fry Chapel and Mortuary, Clayton Drain Tile Maintenance, Carter Taylor and Litco, Brant Beef, Desert RV, Jordan Central Implements, OK Rubber Tire Company, The Man Company in Brawley, Ojeda Industries, the Dom Team for Real Estate, Hart Insurance Company, Johnny's Burritos, and that are your list of very, very fine sponsors, and we thank them all. As you can see, if you're watching the simulcast on Facebook at the Desert Review or on just the desertreview.com, everybody's in uniform tonight. Danny, you can tell we're getting ready for some serious football, right?
Oh, yeah, we're ready. And also, if you want to watch this later on tonight or tomorrow, you can also find the recording on YouTube. So
upload it.
Yeah, okay. Upload it on YouTube and also on desertreview.com. And also on Facebook, on Desert Review Sports on Facebook as well.
Great rendition of our national anthem by the Brawley High Wildcat Marching Band. The players are down in the end zone. They've now got their lids back on, their helmets, as we're getting ready. And as soon as the band plays the alma mater, and the fight song, not the alma mater. No, that is the alma mater. That's not our fight song. On Wisconsin's our fight song. Okay. Referees trying to get themselves in a position to be able to do the coin toss, and this is going to take a minute because the band is not yielding the field, as some famous rock songs go. And again, Danny, the Wildcats coming in. We got a great running game going with Blake Craigbaum and Damian Reyes in the backfield. Got good slot play or wingback play out of Chavo, Adrian Chavez. Defensively, we're going to have the Wildcats out there led by number 52, Omar Chavez. And we talked pretty much just about Imperial. We're assuming everybody that's listening in knows or is up to date on the Wildcats. But if you aren't, we again have a freshman quarterback in Ethan Gutierrez. And Danny, he has opened up the Wildcat offense.
Yes, he has. He's come a long way in these last 4 games. I know he got thrown in there, just thrown into the fire, and he's shown a lot of discipline, a lot of leadership in the last couple of games. He's grown a lot, so that's really, really good for the Wildcats for future as well. So by the time he's a senior, like I said, he's going to have 4 years of being behind the wheel of the Brawley Wildcats.
Well, just in case I don't know the scores, but we do know that the Brawley freshmen were triumphant last night, as were the Brawley JV, which is a pretty decimated group. Good coaching job by Rick Rubio with them, because the freshmen lost their quarterback to the varsity. When's that ever happened? But it's if you, in case I don't know where you've been, but the starting quarterback supposedly for this season, we should be talking about Jacob Ramirez. Jacob hurt in a single car auto accident back in June. Nathan Torres has stepped up, one of the co-captains for Brawley, number 12. You can see him walking out to the field along with number 21, which is Damian Reyes, and number 22 is Chavo.
And number 78, we have Daniel Caloca.
And there are the Brawley captains. And anyway, to finish the quarterback story, Nathan Torres, who quarterbacked as a freshman for Brawley, not completely strange to the position, said, "I'll do it." Spent the entire passing league as the Brawley quarterback. First game, kind of became obvious that we could use Nene in about 10 other places, Danny Tombach. And Coach John Self had been kind of not threatening, but in his own mind, mulling over, throwing freshman Ethan Gutierrez into the fire. And as you've said, he's done very, very well. So,
and that was the needs of the team too, Tom.
Yeah.
Where Torres is not just a good quarterback, but he's a great receiver. He can run the ball also. So Gutierrez as quarterback, we have Nathan Torres able to do more things: run the ball, catch the ball in the pass, and do more damage that way.
I did not catch who won the coin toss. I'm sorry. That never was that wasn't on my watch in a previous people, and I've got to learn how to focus that. I believe Brawley looks like they are going to receive. So Imperial must have won the toss and deferred until the second half. Okay. And by the way, when I said all hands are on deck, J.J. Fernandez, who has been out with a broken jaw on a play that got no penalty. Penalty. He has a broken jaw and is still weeks away from coming back. But we haven't had J.J. in probably 3 games. So everybody that was on deck for Kofa is on deck now. And really, J.J., knock on wood, has been the only injured player so far. So Imperial set to kick off. Welcome to exciting Brawley High Wildcat football. Tom Ronco, Danny Tombach, and it's going to be a deep kick, but not that deep. Coming up and taking it is going to be Nathan Torres. Torres is out to the 15, the 25, the 30, still on his feet at the 35. He's at the 40, he's at the 45, and finally knocked out of bounds in Imperial territory. And it was a deep man, and they kept retreating. The last the defender, as it were, kept retreating and trying to get an angle, but he couldn't get a shot. And Nathan Torres opens the game by getting to exactly midfield, and it'll be 1st and 10 Wildcats from there.
We have a hurt player on the field, one from Imperial, around the 22-yard line there on the return. Couldn't see the numbers yet.
Okay.
But he's moving. Let me see, though. They're checking on him.
Okay, by the way, I was speaking about Coach Dr. Lorenzo Suarez, former Brawley fullback, class of 74 and everything else, playing against Kerry Laguerra when he was at Imperial. Doc has officially retired as the Brawley physician, so he will not be here tonight. His place taken by Dr. Farid, and we're going to miss Lorenzo on the sidelines. But that being said, he did show up. Because I said to him today, I said, I saw you at a game. And he goes, yeah, I drove over because I didn't think anybody was covering the game at Gila Ridge. So when Doc thinks they're not going to be around, the Wildcat comes out. And the Brawley, they're going to go run a play. And the referee, I don't know what the white hat is looking at, but we have a player and 10 people from Imperial. Imperial's got a plethora of coaches, Danny. Let me tell you that much. You look at their lineup, and they bring everybody out there. And the good news is the young man's walking off. I don't see an ambulance. I guess fire trucks here, so the ambulances must be all tied up. He's going to get helped off the field, which is not a good sign. But the fact that he can get up and get off the field, and now they're carrying him.
And I believe that's number 51. I believe, is that correct?
Let me see. I don't want to prognosticate without a real good look at him because somebody's mom is listening.
Right. I thought I saw 51, though. I'm pretty sure. I think that's Ramos. That's their
Okay, here we go. Ethan Gutierrez on first down is going to keep it and fake a handoff to Chavo. That's Adrian Chavez coming on a wing sweep, and he's going to take it himself and establish the fact that Imperial has to defense him. I think that was all about, Danny. Got us just a couple yards. We're in 4-down territory because John Self is not going to punt from here. I think that was about the fact that you better account for me from the minute the ball is snapped, and I like it.
Right, it's a big battle day for the linemen. They're pretty tough guys on both sides, so we'll see how this goes in the next couple quarters.
Okay, here we go. It's going to be 2nd and 8 from the 48. And this time it's going to be Blake Craigbaum, I believe. And Craigbaum is going to power his way. No, that was Damian Reyes. Oh, no, that was 44. That was Craigbaum. That was Craigbaum. All right, I got it right. So in 2 plays, Brawley picks up 5 yards. And they need to come up with something perhaps a little more imaginative. One of the things that Brawley, that fans may not notice, Danny, is the tempo. We'll talk about that later. Brawley now puts a wide receiver in a slot. Ethan Gutierrez is under center. He's going to give it and keep it, and he's got a slot, and he cuts back, and he's still on his feet. He's at the 20, and he's down to the 18-yard line. Ethan Gutierrez with a fake. Imperial bought the fake, and this is something we haven't seen, Danny, and Imperial obviously isn't ready for.
Oh, yeah, and we talked about earlier how Ethan Gutierrez can run the ball. He's another back, and it's going to be tough for the linebackers to keep up with him when they're keying on Chavo and Craigbaum. It's going to be a tough night for the Imperial Tigers.
And I'll tell you how tough a night it's going to be with 10-12 to go in the first quarter. On the first series of plays, we are maybe 4 plays into the game. Imperial has called a timeout because, again, their defense is just totally unprepared for this. So they're trying to tell these guys, settle down, here's what you got to do. But, again, we talked about this last week, Danny. Kerry Laguerra has so much more to prepare for it because Ethan Gutierrez opens up the game. He can throw, he can run, and wow, they just weren't ready for that play anyway. Long way to go. We've got a long way to go. But a good start for the Wildcats. And the Wildcats, again, probably feeding a little bit off of each other.
Oh, yeah, this is a good start for the Wildcats. You know, they're showing a lot of discipline again, like they have been the last couple games, and they look pretty fired up. They're looking quick today, and something that I know John Self wants to do today. He wants to establish a running game also, so the passing game opens up. So he wants to do the variety of rushing and passing tonight.
Okay, here we go. 10-12 to play, and Craigbaum. Okay, that didn't get anywhere, and that's actually going to lose a yard. So Imperial comes out of the timeout and gets exactly what the defense needed, and the coaches are applauding them. They get a loss. So Brawley's now going to have 3 downs to get about 11 yards for a first down, and that one just didn't get anywhere. Imperial again with a lot of guys in the box. They're not going to move anybody out of the box till Brawley establishes something else other than the run, even though they've had a couple of quick success doing different things. 9:39 to go, just the first quarter, first drive for the Brawley High Wildcats, who got a great return from Nathan Torres. And here we go. Now they're going to throw outside, and the throw is in and out of the hands of Adrian Chavez. He was open. The play was set up. Imperials seem to have some defenders there, but Gutierrez may be feeling a little bit of nerves. Just whistled that one right by him.
Oh, yeah, and, and showing his arm strength again also. And
in a bad way.
Yeah.
Okay, this is definitely 4-down territory. I do not think we would try a field goal this early in the game. And the Wildcats led out of the huddle by number 72, our center, Tomas Rubio. And let's see what Brawley comes up with 3rd and 11. Out of the shotgun is Gutierrez. He has now they're better get moving. The ref's got his hands up in the air. We're going to end up with, doubles. Okay, back to pass is Gutierrez. He's got plenty of time. He looks, he runs, he weaves, and he's going to get down close to the first down. He'll be about 3 yards short. So a pickup of about 8 is going to bring a 4th down. Imperial drop, whatever they're spotting that suddenly looks a lot more than 3. Make it a gain of 6 yards and make it 4th and 5. And Brawley's going to go for it, of course.
Yeah, that was a good play by Ethan. No one was really open.
No. We are going. Here he comes.
Oh, there we
Xavier Pareda is going to try a field goal. It's going to be 25 yards. The kick is up, and the kick is good. A look at the scoreboard. I asked Coach John Self about that, and he said, I don't think so, and turns around and gets one. A look at the scoreboard with 8:40 to play. Brawley has taken the most unlikely of Brawley leads, 3-0. Danny and I will be back.
Whether you're buying, selling, or renting a home, or for all your agricultural real estate needs, call on the Dom team. Your experienced hometown agents who have served the Imperial Valley since 2002. Let the Dom team make your next real estate transaction more successful and enjoyable. Give Doug or Andrew a call at 760-427-6741. The Dom team, proud supporters of Wildcat football.
Okay, welcome back to exciting Brawley High Wildcat football. And Danny, how about that?
Hey, that was about a 30-yard punt right there, a field goal. Kicked it from the 21-yard line, so about
31 yards. 31 yards.
So great kick by Javier Peralta. Great job.
Xavier Pereda with the kick, and now the kick off, and he kicks it deep, and he's in the end zone, and they're going to say no run back. So they're trying to kick it away from Joey Ramos, and they did, and Pereda, who hasn't been kicking them out of the into the end zone, suddenly did. The ball's going to go out to the 20-yard line. Wildcats get their football back. And again, the most unlikely of leads. Brawley 3, Imperial 0. Imperial's first touch of the football, however. So, long way to go with about 8:40 to go here in the first quarter. Tom Ronco, Danny Tombach with Albert Padilla joining us before the game and at halftime. And on the first play, here comes Quintero, and man, he looks fine to me as he chews up enough yards to get a first down. He just kind of shot out of there, and he's going to be very, very close, and they're going to say move the chains. So had some questions about him in the backfield. Quintero, their leading ball carrier, with 36 carries. And again, Jordan Reed is the quarterback. He has trips to the right and one single back. And here comes Quintero again, and this time Quintero's going to pick up 2 or 3 yards. Nice tackle out there by number 41, Chandler Self.
Yeah, good job by Self containing him, making him go to the inside, making the tackle, then getting help from Kriegbaum too over there, number 44. So.
Knowing that Brawley goes both ways, they are going to run a quick tempo. Oh, nice! Who knifed in there and got that? That's number 42 for the Brawley High Wildcats. What a great tackle, Danny Tombach, by Jesse Gutierrez.
Yeah, Jesse Gutierrez. gets right through the offensive line and makes the tackle. So it's a good job by him. So it's gonna be a big battle with the linemen today. They're gonna have big battles today in that front line.
Okay, Imperial with a lot of sophomores actually on that line, but they're good, big size. So Reed back to pass on 3rd and 10, throws, and I believe they're going to say it's incomplete. Trying to target out there, that's Ramos, right?
Yep.
Number 5. 3 Wildcats around him, and Ramos is unable to bring the ball in, and it's going to force a punt, and looks like Ramos, a la Nathan Torres, is the punter, which always means you got to be careful, Danny Tombach, because he can scoot.
Yes, he can. And that was a nice deflection by number 6 also, J.J. Gutierrez. I think he got a piece of the ball in that last pass.
Okay, this will be Imperial's ostensibly first punt. Here come the Wildcats, and they block it! The ball is touched, it's in the air. Ramos gets it, and Ramos is going to be tackled. What a great special teams play. I saw number 41 out there. I don't know if Channy's the one who got it, but the Wildcats block the punt attempt, and they will have it 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line of Imperial. And Danny, holy Toledo, this game just starting out crazy.
Oh yeah, J.J. Gutierrez getting that block again. So he's been in 2 plays back-to-back. So he's a hot guy tonight.
So that was J.J. Gutierrez, number 6.
On the block.
On the block, thank you. That's what you're here for. Keep me straight. Okay, here's Ethan Gutierrez, the freshman quarterback, 7:18 to go. Brawley leading 3-0. And here we go. And this time he rides the option a little bit better, something they're working on. And as soon as they respected him, he gives it to his fullback, number 44, Blake Craigbaum. And Craigbaum goes for about 3 yards. It'll bring up 4. They're going to give him 4. 2nd and 6 from the 11. And Danny, Wildcats can get a first down without a touchdown.
Yep, so we're at 2nd down about 6. So we might look for a pass now. We haven't seen much passing yet. Let's see if Coach John Self goes with the shotgun. No, they're still trying to establish the running play, so we'll see how this goes.
Okay, wide receiver in a slot way out here to the left, single back. It's going to be a pitch to Craigbaum. Craigbaum tries to read his blocks, and Craigbaum's going to pick up just a couple on that. Danny, I was talking about pace, and Brawley for a long time would milk the clock, the play clock, let the clock run, keep it in bounds. And then a couple of years ago, they decided they wanted to go a little more up-tempo, so they started running more plays. Tonight, because Imperial is in that hurry up and you can't get any rest on defense, the Brawley, especially the two-way players, are taking their rest on offense. We've got the lead. We've got great field position. We're in absolutely no hurry to do anything. 5:53 to go. 3rd and 5 for the Wildcats. They put a man in motion. And again, this is going to be a keeper by Ethan Gutierrez, and Gutierrez rides it right into the end zone. Holy Toledo. The Wildcats made that one look easy, as there was absolutely nobody there. Everybody bit on the fake to Craigbaum. And so the Wildcats, with 5:41 to go here in the first, Danny, are going to go for an extra point.
It looks like they are. No, I see Javier backing up for the kick, so we are going for the PAT, the point after. And there's a snap. The kick is up, and it is no good. So he missed the point after attempt. So with 5 minutes, 41 seconds on the clock, first quarter, Wildcats 9 and Imperial 0. We'll be right back.
Brownie's Diner in Brawley and the Town Pump Restaurant in Westmoreland are proud sponsors of Wildcat football. Brownie's is open daily from 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. serving delicious American and Mexican food, while the Town Pump serves the best steaks and seafood in the North End from 4:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Go Wildcats from Brownie's and the Town Pump.
Okay, welcome back to Warren Field. Hope you're enjoying our live streaming. I got it right, finally. Yay, it only took 5 games, Lloyd, and I got it 6 games. 5:41 to go. Xavier Pereda set to kick off. He has made a field goal, but missed his first extra point of the year. And this is going to be a short kick and dropped. Picked back up at the 10-yard line, and the Wildcats almost over pursue and finally get number 10. I believe that's Ryan Bonias, and Bonias gets it out to the 30-yard line. The trouble was he left the football behind him, and then the pursuit almost overran him.
Yeah, they did. And with that gave them the extra couple yards that usually when they get the ball and the defense can see where they're going, we usually, tackle a little earlier.
Okay, Imperial's second possession. First one was 3 and out. Jordan Reed is a quarterback, and he starts it as he did the other one with Quintero. Quintero trying to get outside and does with a nice acceleration. Wildcats had to respect his ability to turn it upfield, and he's able to stretch that out and get out of bounds after picking up 5 yards.
Yeah, looks about 5 yards. Blake Craigbaum runs him out of bounds on that play. And we're 2nd and 5.
Okay, Quintero stays in. Imperial now with 2 slots. Those are not wing backs. 2 ends in tight. And back to pass is Jordan Reed. Reed has plenty of time. Throws over the middle, and the play is broken up. Nice job out there by number 21, Damian Reyes, coming in at the last minute and just knocking that ball away from number 18. That's Jacob Gray, a 5'10", 142-pound junior receiver. Lots of juniors on this Imperial team, and they are quickly out of the huddle, Danny, with 5:22. Clock stops on the incompleted pass. Brawley up 9-0. And here we go. Same formation, back to pass, plenty of time. Throws over the middle, and nice open field tackle, but it's going to be a first down. Kind of late to the party was Damian Reyes that time. Nice play, nice throw, nice catch. But a nice tackle, Danny, or that could have went for more.
Yeah, and the Wildcats might need to tighten up in that first 5 yards there. Last couple of games have been a little soft on the outside first 5 yards over there. So hopefully we tighten up and make those plays happen.
Imperial with a 1st and 10. First time we've seen trips, and here comes Quintero. Quintero does some dancing around, makes 3 people miss. Is he a spinning runner? He made 3 Wildcats miss, and that is not easy to do. What a great open field runner he is. And I'll tell you what, I can see why John Self was, questioning whether he was going to be in there tonight, because he's tough. Okay, that makes it 2nd and 4 from the Brawley from the Imperial 46. And here comes Quintero again. And again, lots of stutter steps and makes the Wildcats miss. And I'll tell you, they're going to have to find a solution to him, because he should have been stuck by Omar Chavez in the backfield, spins out of that, and really makes something happen. So for a team that's not supposed to have a running game, they're running the ball pretty dang well.
Yeah, and he's showing good awareness too. He's finding the gaps. He's going one way, countering the other, and he's getting some good yardage. 1st and 10, first time in Brawley territory. And Reed throws out here again. This time it's going to be short of the intended receiver, and trying to hit his favorite target. No, that's not his favorite target. That's number 12, Brenton Adams. 6'3", 200 pounds. He's going to be a load to bring down. So the Wildcats probably pretty fortunate he couldn't corral the football. 2nd down and 10, and this time it's straight up the middle to number 24. That's Jesus Padilla. Padilla with 43 carries for 246 yards on the season. 5'6", 180 pounds, kind of a cannonball, and he just blows through the line, but the Wildcats can corral him. And it brings up very quickly with 3:36 to go and Brawley leading 9-0, a 3rd and 6 for the Imperial Tigers. Out of the shotgun, kind of a low snap. Reed sits in the middle, and the ball is tipped in the air but then caught. I saw this last week in a game film where the defender tips the ball and Imperial comes up with it, and they come up with it again. Yep.
So good concentration, and you got to knock that ball down, not up. Another first down for the Imperial Tigers, and they are marching. They have gone all the way from their own 30-yard line to the Brawley 38, and here comes Quintero, and Quintero does not go down at the initial hit by number 6, Nathan May. Finally finished off out there by J.J. Gutierrez, by Chandler Self. And the Wildcats trying to get some people in and out of there. And trying to beef it up a little bit on that offensive line.
Yeah, and Omar Chavez is in that play too. I think he made a hit on that on the last play also.
Okay, here we go. Here
And
comes
there you
Quintero. And whoa! Does Quintero get met by Omar Chavez? Meet Mr. Chavez.
There it is.
And they're going to give him forward progress back almost, it'll be a loss of about 2 or 3. But that time Chavez wasn't fooled, and Quintero didn't have a chance to dance.
Yep, looks like Omar Chavez starting to warm up now. He's getting into the game a little bit.
Okay, it would look like it was going to be an empty backfield. Now Chavez goes back on 3rd and 9 from the Brawley 38. Brawley up 9-0, but trying to hold on here. Big play, pressure on Jordan May, and now a flag comes in late. And they're going to call some kind of holding. I would assume. I didn't see the play, Danny. Did you?
It was on a sideline. I couldn't see it either. Let's away from the ball. I missed it.
Okay, we're going to call that, I assume, pass interference. Well, why are they taking it from there? You don't take it from there. Or a personal foul. That's the only thing I can think of, because it's from the spot. If it was interference, I don't know. I didn't see the signal from the referee. My apologies. Hopefully you guys at home caught it on the good video. 1:58 to go now, and Imperial with a fresh set of downs at the Brawley 21-yard line. Brawley up 9-0, but Imperial's not shaken up. Back to pass is Jordan Reed. They get good pressure on him. They get a hand on him. They throw deep, and it's in and out of the hands in the end zone. Nice throw, but just good defense by Brawley. Forced that receiver, and even if he would have caught it, I think he would have been out of the end zone, Danny.
Yeah, I think so. It was overthrown, and if he would have caught it, it would have been out of the end zone. But good defensive play by the Wildcats.
Okay, as Albert Padilla pointed out in the pregame, not too many interceptions against Jordan Reed. He's number 2. Now he's going to give it to Quintero, and Quintero's going to, on 2nd down and 10, going to pick up about 3 yards, taking it from the 21 to the 18, make it to 17, so give him a gain of 4.
Nice tackle by J.J. Gutierrez again, so he's getting more involved.
He's getting his work in.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This could be 4-down territory. This could be we'll take a field goal and see if we can make the extra point. But it's mute till now. 3rd and 6. Back to pass. They try to get pressure on Reed. He has a man all alone outside, and he's going to get knocked down. He's going to make the catch. As he went, he drove the defenders downfield, came back to the ball, but so did the defenders, and it's going to be 3rd and 2. Now you've got Quintero. What do you do? 50 seconds and counting. This could be the last play of the first quarter. Brawley up 9-0, but they're going to go for it on 4th down, and let's see what happens. And it's going to be Aguilar, and Aguilar gets nowhere. The Brawley Wildcats stuff that play right in on top of him. Number 5 for the Brawley High Wildcats. Or number 6, that JJ?
Yes, number 6, JJ Gutierrez, and number 9, Nathan May on that stop.
Okay, so the Wildcats hold, and I'm telling you what, Wildcat team is playing some inspired football, and nothing makes Coach John Self more proud than his defense, and rightfully so. 35 seconds to go. Brawley up 9-0. And Ethan Gutierrez will stay under center. Puts a man in motion. Comes back with a little play. Dancing around and getting a few yards up the field is going to be number 12. That's Nene. So coming out of that wing slot, that's it's about 2 yards.
Yeah, that was a 2 hard yards.
Brawley
earned those 2.
Yeah, and Brawley is, I'm sure, well, now they're going to try to get another play, and I thought they would run the clock out just to kind of give everybody a rest.
Yeah,
and
they are.
Yeah, they are. Okay. A look at the scoreboard at the end of the first quarter that has seen Brawley kick a 31-yard field goal, miss an extra point, block a punt, score a touchdown on an 11-yard run by Ethan Gutierrez, and then on a 4th and 2, stuff the play on Imperial on their own 11-yard line And don't go anywhere. This is a great football game. Danny and I will be back.
Exciting Brawley High Wildcat football is brought to you by Desert RV, locally owned and operated by Joel Gonzalez. Joel and his crew offer RV storage and service and now offer auto body repair and paint as well as a full line of truck accessories. Stop by Desert RV at 1552 Main Street in Brawley or call them at 760-344-9200. Desert RV, a proud sponsor of Brawley Wildcat football.
OK Rubber Tire Company in Brawley, a longtime supporter of Wildcat football, and your local dealer for Brickstone and Firestone quality tires and farm tire service at the corner of North 8 and C Streets in Brawley. Call 344-4541. OK Rubber Tire Company.
Welcome back to exciting Brawley High Wildcat football. The Wildcats and the Imperial Tigers in a great football game. Brawley up 9-0 here in the start of the second quarter, but deep in their own territory after a nice defensive stand. The Wildcats would like to slow down the Imperial offense by keeping it off the field. So we'll see what they come up with at 2nd and 7 from their own 19-yard line. Ethan Torres remains under center. We have two wingbacks, and the fullback is Blake Craigbaum. In motion, and Imperial jumps but gets back. And here comes Craigbaum, and Craigbaum's got a slot. Craigbaum is almost goes to the house. A touchdown-saving tackle out there by the Imperial Tigers by number 10, Ryan Bonias, one of their top tacklers. And I'll tell you, not for Bonias, it would have been 6, Danny.
Oh, yes, it was. That was a nice, about 18-yard gain by Craigbaum right there. You know, he blasted through a line, broke a tackle, and got out there. He's ready to play some ball.
That's the first significant carry, I think, tonight by Craigbaum. I would say so.
Yep.
All right, 11:28 to go and counting. Brawley now with some breathing room with a 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line, leading 9-0. And here's a pitch, and this time there's some more room for Craigbaum. And now they're going to call a late kind of penalty. Let's see what this is. And it's a hold. Going to be holding on Brawley, and this is the one thing you cannot do if you're the Wildcats. You can't go 1st and 5. You can't go 1st and 20. And I hate to say that, but we're not built for that. We're built to play mistake-free football. Fortunately, it won't be quite 20. It's going to be more, it's going to be close to 20. So it's right around a line of scrimmage. I didn't see a hold, but it probably, whatever. 11:05 to go, and one of the Brawley Wildcats didn't block. Did you see him let everybody go by? Because he was afraid of pushing anybody and getting a penalty. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what they saw that we did. 10:53 to go, Brawley up. So now they got to come up with okay, I was right. It's not quite 20. How about 1st and 19? All right, still under center is Ethan Gutierrez. And we have a man in motion, and here comes Craigbaum again, and this time Craigbaum's going to get about 3 or 4 yards, which on 1st and 10 is okay. 1st and 19, not so much.
Yeah, tackled by number 30, C.J. Ramos from Imperial, stopping Craigbaum on that play.
Imperial with a lot of size. Everybody has size, more size than Brawley, so nothing new there. The day we play somebody and we're bigger than they are, Danny, I don't know, Little Sisters of the Poor, maybe? I don't know, you know. Okay, 10:08 to go, and Wildcats up 9-0. Here they come. They're shooting the gap, and a nice read that time. Nice blitz. They brought everybody, and Brawley just could not have enough blockers. Yep. So Kerry Laguerre and his staff, figuring Brawley was going to have to pass on 2nd down, guessed correctly, and they brought everybody.
Yep, and Ethan Ramos right there on the tackle. He blitzed the linebacker. So that was him making the tackle.
Gutierrez did a good job to hang on to the football because he got rocked. Again, when you do that, what's called a jailbreak, pretty tough to stop. 9:21 to go. Brawley now with 3rd and 22 But again, trying to slow the pace down. This time Gutierrez is out of the shotgun. He heaves it long. He has a receiver. Oh, and he was bumped into, and we're going to get a penalty. Yes, sir. He was bumped by number 10, and he being who's on the ground out there? That Nene? Or no, that's Chavo, right? Yes. Number 22?
22, yeah.
Adrian Chavez got behind the defender, number 10, Ryan Bonias, and as he tried to adjust to the football, he ran smack into him. Now, the referees are talking about it, and I hope they don't pick this one up because that would be an injustice, but it wouldn't be the first of the season.
Yeah, it looked like he pushed off. Well, I mean, the defender...
Well, he ran into him because he wasn't looking back for the football.
Right. No, he went for the ball, but defender pushed on him.
No, but I mean, as Chavo looked back, the defender did not look back and ran into him. And that should be the classic definition.
Right.
And it is.
And that
no, they're going to call Chavo for a push. Okay. All right, well, I guess I caught up to the play late. I was watching the ball. It might have happened before the Wildcats, before Ethan threw the ball.
Yeah, that play worked last week against Kofa. Chavo got that 49-yard pass last week against Kofa, so it's a good play.
9:09 to go. Brawley leading 9-0, but now having to punt from almost their own end zone. And the penalty is declined, so to bring up fourth down. Okay. So at least the Wildcats benefit from that. Although I didn't know, I thought offensive interference was a loss of down. But again, you get confused between high school and college, and I should be more knowledgeable. So those of you who are sitting at home going, nope, you're absolutely right. 9:08 to go. It'll be Nathan Torres trying to launch one. Imperial with no rush. They're trying to put on a return. And here, a nice bounce. And it almost jumped up and bit number 10. He's suddenly all over the place, Ryan Bonias. And had it done that, probably would have recovered. But Bonias had to do a pirouette to get the heck out of the way. Great punt by Nathan Torres. The ball was on the 34. Or it is on the 34 now, so I'd say that's a good 50 yards net on that punt, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that was about 50 yards, Tom. Good punt. And that ball got close to number 10. It could have been Wildcat ball right there. That was really too close to call.
Okay, here comes Jordan Reed, the junior quarterback. He's going to have trips. 3 wide receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Lone running back is Quintero, who is something. Quintero stays in and gives a block. Reed kind of throws over the middle, has a receiver there, and the Wildcat. Oh, and the ball's loose. And the Wildcats have to have that one. There's 3 of them there. Nice catch out there by, here we go again, Ryan Bonias. But Bonias is stripped of the ball as he goes down, and the Wildcats pick it up. Bonias stayed in and blocked and then released. The Wildcats, Jordan Reed is taking about a 15-yard drop. So the Wildcats can't get to him. They haven't yet.
Right, well, they hit him on that play. They hit him right after he released the ball. Omar Chavez and J.J. Gutierrez are right in there on the
that's dangerous, though, because if you mistime that, they would still have the football.
Right.
Here comes the Wildcats with 8:49 to go in the second quarter, leading 9-0. They put a man in motion, and they're going to swing it outside. Good block that time. Here comes number 22, and that's Adrian Chavez, and Chavez is going to have a first down for Brawley. So Imperial putting everybody in the box, and the Wildcats, oh no.
Another flag. We got a holding call on the Wildcats on that one.
8:43 to go. And again, at least that was from the spot of the foul, which appeared to be way downfield where he got tackled. How you can hold a guy that's tackling somebody, I don't know. But anyway, it is now 1st and 13 for the Wildcats, which should be manageable, we would hope, barring any other calamities. The Wildcats now with split backs, one wing back, one wide receiver. The wing back goes into motion. Ethan Gutierrez back to pass. Ball thrown over the middle, and Joey Ramos is celebrating, but Adrian Chavez just couldn't get it. It had nothing to do with defense. He was a little late to the party.
Yep, number 12. Torres on the play. Yeah,
Ethan.
Yeah, Ethan. That was Torres, right? Number 12.
Okay, it was Nathan. I'm sorry.
Nathan,
I get 22 and 12 mixed up. Thank you again for clarifying. Danny Tombach, Tom Ronco, bringing you exciting Wildcat football. IVL opener championship game atmosphere. And championship game play somewhat so far. Brawley up 9-0. Out of the shotgun now on 2nd and 11 goes Craigbaum. They swing it out to Craigbaum. Craigbaum breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, jumps over a tackler. Holy Toledo, he is down close to the first down. It depends on where they're going to spot that. And they're going to spot it at the 30-yard line. And nice play by Blake Craigbaum. Imperial had a defender out there, and I hate to say it, but it was number 10, Ryan Bonillas. And Bonillas just got rodeoed, man.
Yeah, he did. And Craigbaum showing hands. Like how he catches the ball, turns and runs up the field. So
nice throw by freshman Ethan Gutierrez. This is a big game, a big stage, and he's just rising to the occasion. That'll make it. Play goes out of bounds. Clock stops at 8:07. 3rd and 1 from the Imperial 31-yard line, and out of the shotgun. And now flags go everywhere. And if that's on Brawley, that's going to just
it's illegal motion, I believe. Yeah.
You can't do those. That's. And again, Brawley trying to do some creative things on offense. The problem with that is you start putting people in motion, and sometimes it doesn't end well. Now the Wildcats come out in trips. 3 wide receivers to the right, lone receiver up to the left. Out goes Craigbaum again. And Gutierrez lets go of the football, but is picked up by a lineman who runs with it. And that's big number 72, the only carry of his career. That is Tomas Rubio, the center. And he does well to keep possession for the Wildcats. And that's the first time that Gutierrez has put the ball on the ground. But no harm done, other than now it's become 4th down, and suddenly Brawley had a 3rd and 1, shot themselves in the foot. Now they are looking at a 4th and 7, and Coach John Self wants a timeout. With the score, Brawley 9, Imperial nothing. Danny and I will be back.
Got that new home edition and you're keeping it covered.
Brad, I can help with coverages. Man-to-man coverage, zone coverage, combo coverage.
I don't know, Peyton. I was thinking the types of coverages that your nationwide agent offers.
Oh, like home, auto, business, life, farm, boat, your tour bus.
Products availability varies by state, agent, and other factors. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company, Columbus, Ohio.
For all your many sides, there's Nationwide. Call Hart Insurance Center, 898 Main Street, Brawley, or in the Prince Plaza, 1503 North Imperial Avenue, El Centro. Since 1945, we have a heart for personal service.
Back at Warren Field, Tom Ronco, Danny Tombach. Next Friday night, we'll be back here. It'll be homecoming. And I think it's the 50th reunion for the class of 1969. So if you're a 69er, come on out. 7:37 to go. Danny, we'll get a couple scores in a moment. All right, I see you over there with the scores. And my fault. And we're going to try a field goal from 40. Wow. This is a 52-yard field goal, and here it goes. And it's not. Now, that's a live ball, and Joey Ramos is going to pick it up, and he evades a tackler, and now there's going to be a clip, so this play's coming back. Ramos gets it and goes out of bounds, but there's flags all over the place. And I believe Chandler Self is the guy that got kind of creamed from behind. So the Imperial Tigers will get the ball from the spot of the foul halfway to the goal line. So they are going to be with a push in the back, and they'll be at the 2.5-yard line. So while the penalties, Danny killed us, at least we've got some revenge. Go ahead, give us some scores, Danny.
I have one so far right now. Just Calexico versus Central 28, Calexico 0. That's what I got so far, Tom.
That in the second quarter?
Second quarter, yes. Second quarter.
All right. Now, Lots of other games tonight. I can tell you what they are. Or Danny can. What's the other games, Danny, tonight?
Let me get the other games right now. We have Calapat versus Kofa at Kofa, Southwest at Palo Verde, Hopeville at Southwest, and Vincent at Sweetwater in San Diego.
Okay. Okay. And here we go. On first down is Quintero, and Quintero is going to get nowhere and slam down. Plethora of Wildcats in there on the tackle. So far, the story's been the Wildcat defense able to control it when they've had to, the Imperial offense. Imperial now with Jordan Reed, the quarterback, in the end zone, trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Here comes Quintero again. They're going to try to run the ball out, and he's going to pick up a couple of 3 more yards. Down there at the bottom of the pile, Omar Chavez for the Brawley High Wildcats, along with number 44, Blake Craigbaum.
And I have a couple more updates, Tom. We have Southwest, Palo Verde, Southwest up 14, Palo Verde 12.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
Hopeville 41, Southwest, San Diego 0. And Calipatra 14, Kofa 12. And Vincent Memorial 2, Sweetwater 0.
Oh, in and out. I think they're going to call it. Did he catch that? No, they're going to say he caught it on the ground. Nice coverage by the Brawley High Wildcats on a third down. So the Wildcats ostensibly, now you got to set up the return here, Danny. You don't want to we got the ball, but if you get the kicker, we're in trouble. So I'm going to think that the Wildcats are going to put some pressure to force the punt, but they're not going to go after it per se. They can get pretty good field position. We have not seen Ramos punt. The last punt was blocked. So let's see what happens. Joey Ramos in the end zone. And the Wildcats set up the return, and he kind of pooch kicks it, and they're going to let it roll, and he gets a great roll. Holy Toledo. All right, Wildcats will set up shop on the Imperial 49-yard line. And not much else you could do. You don't want to you got them pinned down. You got the ball, good field position. You got 6 minutes and 1 second to go. You got a 9-0 lead if you're the Brawley High Wildcats. And let's see what the Wildcats do. And let's see if we can get a drive, Danny, that's clean.
Yeah, and the punt return team did the right thing. I mean,
they got to let it go. You can't bother. No, you can't try to pick it up and have a guy boring down on you. You're absolutely right. 6:01 to go. Out of this shotgun now is Ethan Gutierrez. He sets everybody in. Here's Blake Craigbaum. He slips a tackle, slips another tackle. Look out there looking for a block by number 56, but there was really nobody to block. That's Cody Kupnick. And Kupnick just did the right thing, didn't do anything.
Yeah, well, after these couple holding calls, they're worried a little bit, They got to keep their blocks a little more clean.
The first rule of first aid, do nothing. When in doubt. 5:31 to go. Clock the ally of the Wildcats who want to keep Imperial's offense off the field. Gutierrez now under center on 2nd and 6. And here he comes. And he reads, and he grabs, and he goes under and takes a couple of shots. Imperial coming hard, man. They want to take a piece of the freshman. But the Wildcats all around him, and he gets up. Not a problem.
Yeah, Ethan's a tough kid, man. He's real tough. And that was a good run by him.
Good read.
Good read.
He's reading the veer. Brawley is set for the veer. Everybody knows the veer. And it's just a matter of his learning to read it. We don't need to teach him how to throw the football. That he already knows. 4:43 to go. Here in the first quarter, Brawley up 9-0 with a 3rd and 3. And let's see what happens. Going to be, a pitch. Whoops. And that went nowhere and is going to make it, wow, that was a bad call.
Yep, the defense read that one, Tom. They saw it coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Did they ever see it coming? I mean, there were more red shirts there than there were anything else. They read that one perfectly. Wow. 3rd and 3. Okay. 4:07 to go. Ball's now at the 49, back where this drive started. Brawley's got to give it up with 4:01 to go. And the Wildcats get a punt off. It's Nene. Nene's going to get kind of a bounce and another bounce and a roll and a bounce and a roll. And Imperial will take over on their own 16-yard line. But, Danny, that sequence there, again, we're trying things, and I don't know what's wrong with sometimes pounding the rock sounds like a good idea.
Right. And I know they want to mix it up a little bit. And both teams are, both defensively, both teams are doing well. I mean, if you look at the score, it's a low-scoring game. We scored 1 touchdown.
One touchdown in the game. You're absolutely right.
And the field goal.
You're absolutely right on that one there. And the Wildcats, again, trying to make something happen. But I'm going to tell you something. Imperial seems to have good team defense on the speed on the defense. Here comes kind of a trick play, and right there for the Wildcats, there's a whole bunch of guys. They can't even get them down. There's so many there. Omar Chavez read that one again and made the initial contact. Number 54 comes over at the same time. So they did not fool anybody on the line. That's Dominic Santana. And, man, did they read that one, speaking of reading a play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and about 14 at the 9-yard line for the Imperial Tigers. And now they have 3 wide receivers, trips to the right, not stacked, just straight up. And here comes the cannonball. That's good. Aguilar, and man, he got hit a couple times and just ran through a Wildcat who's down, getting up slow as Craigbaum. Craigbaum took a pop. I'll tell you what, that guy is a load, and Craigbaum went down to get him and caught a leg right in the shoulder.
Yeah, maybe got a little stinger, but he looks okay. Hey,
he's back up. 3rd and 7 now from the 17. This is a big play for the Wildcats. They would like to get the Imperial Tiger offense off the field, and it's doubles on both sides. Looking across the middle, they throw there, and it's I don't know what that was, but the pass is complete, which makes good stats, but gets nowhere. So 4th down, and now Imperial, they can't go for it on 4th and 5. I think they were hoping to pick up maybe a couple yards, maybe, get close to a first down and then go for it with a limited amount of time. And I think that the coaches, rightfully so on both sides, have confidence in their defenses, Danny, as you pointed out.
Right. So this is an opportunity for the Wildcats now to get the ball back, and they should be in pretty good field position because they are pretty far back.
This time they go after Ramos. Another low kick.
Wow.
Almost hit the guy in the back.
What a great Imperial bounce again.
Yeah, and he just kind of bounces the ball, and it rolls. I mean, he probably got 20 yards in the air and then just let it roll. I'll tell you what, you're absolutely right.
That was over a 50-yard kick.
Yeah, and like I say, 20 yards in the air. 1:49 to go. You're listening to Wildcat Football. Brought to you by Wildcat Broadcasting and the Desert Review at thedesertreview.com, and also at Facebook at the Desert Review. Brought to you by Johnny's Burritos, Hart Insurance Company, the Dom Team for Real Estate, Ojeda Industries, The Man Company, OK Rubber Tire Company, Jordan Central Implements, and Desert RV. Good shout out to our buddy Joel Gonzalez and Big Time Wildcat, class of 1998. 1:49 to go, and now we're going to have this a lot of unforced errors, Danny. I mean, we're getting, that's okay. I just get discouraged by that because it seems like we've had more offsides and motion penalties than we've had all season. Yep. But it's the theater. We're on a big stage. This is a championship caliber game. Brawley's up 9-0 with 1:49 to go. They're on their 35. They're going to throw this time into the seam, They put Craig Baum out there, and everybody went out following him. It's going to be a throw over the middle to number 21, Damian Reyes, and Reyes is going to pick up 2 or 3 yards. But again, it makes the defense wonder where everybody is.
And that was a good read by Ethan, because everybody was keen on Craig Baum that one. If you throw it to Craig Baum, everybody would have been on him.
Yep. Second now and 11 following the motion penalty. Craig Baum goes out, and they're going to throw over the middle. Wide open is number 5. That's Murillo. Murillo's going to get it. Can he get into the end zone? Touchdown, Joel Murillo. Holy Toledo, did they set that play up? Joel Murillo, who is playing for J.J. Fernandez, the injured J.J. Fernandez. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
No, and he is, I think that's his first or second catch, but the Wildcats have been dinking and dunking, and then all of a sudden, that's what they've been trying to do, so my apologies. That doesn't excuse the offsides. And here we go.
All right, so we have the point after attempt by Javier Pereira. The kick is up, and it is good. So, score right now, Brawley Wildcats 16, Imperial Tigers 0. 1 minute, 10 seconds on the clock. We'll be right back.
Okay, well, we'll be right back. Again, some technical difficulties. Like to remind you that Wildcat football is brought to you by Brant Beef and Brant and One World Beef Packers, all kind of one of the same operation, and we appreciate their support. Carter, Taylor, and Lidco, Clayton Drain Tile Maintenance, the good folks at Fry Chapel Mortuary and Crematory, Clicker Parker Insurance Company, A&R Construction, Brawley Auto Center, which is also, I think, your Volkswagen of the Imperial Valley dealer for the moment, Smith Kendall Insurance and Real Estate, and Brownie's Diner in Brawley, and the Town Pump in Westmoreland. Brawley now up 16-0, and it's going to be a deep kick taken on the 5 and a nice lane outside out there by Bonillas, and he gets out to the 37-yard line. Finally corralled out there by number 41, Chandler Self, for the Raleigh Wildcats. But again, trying to keep it away from Ramos. But with 1:01 to go, we'll see what Jordan Reed and the Imperial Tigers can do. But that time the wedge just a little, that kick was a little too short.
Yep, Imperial has good field position now, too.
Yep. Yep, out at the Brawley, out at their own 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 with 1:02 to go. Jordan Reed is a quarterback. He has trips to the right, single receiver to the left, and Quintero in the backfield. And Quintero weaves, and now there's going to be a flag. Quintero's still on his feet, but I think this is coming back to the spot of the flag, because we're going to have a hole there, as the Wildcat looked like he was about to make a tackle, and Omar Chavez is saying, no, they held me big time. And then the ref picks it and moves it back a little bit more, so it's going to make it 1st and 20. Nice call, trying to get the ball a little bit downfield, trying to keep the Brawley defense loose, but just one of the linemen, I guess, a little enthusiastic. So a penalty hurts the Tigers. And really, I'll tell you, there been a lot tonight, but again, you got two good defenses, Danny, and you do whatever you can to try to get the guy loose.
Yep, like I said, defenses it's the key to this game. If you look at the score, it's still only 16-0, so not much scoring like the last couple games we've been watching.
Okay, now there's... I'm not quite sure. There's no flag, but the side judge is going to talk to the white hat. That passing play, Ethan, was how far? I don't think I got that.
I think it was around the 45-yard line. We had a nice Imperial bounce, and it was at about the 42-yard line on the Brawley side. So
yeah, all right. I'm sure Albert Padilla will remember when we next see him, hopefully at halftime. Okay, Jordan Reed now with a 1st and 20 Back to pass. He throws the ball, airs it out, and there's nobody there. Nice coverage over there by Murillo, who just caught the touchdown pass.
Oh yeah, Murillo came a long way these last couple of games. I remember that was at Gila Ridge where, you know, he got woken up a little bit, and then he's come a long way these last couple of games. So
forced into service at Yuma Catholic, I believe.
Yep.
And got picked on early and manned up, and then came back the next couple of games. This is Aguilar, and stood up initially out there by number 50, Omar Chavez. Gets in on it, number 54 out there for the Wildcats. I believe that's Santana. And
initial tackle was, I think, J.J. Gutierrez, too. I think he made first contact.
Okay, coming in from the inside linebacker spot. Now suddenly Imperial not in a hurry to be in a hurry-up offense. And we'll see what's going to happen. Maybe one play left. They may just be content to go to halftime. And Reed's looking around, and and they're saying no play. So we will go to halftime with the score Brawley 16 and Imperial 0. The Tigers want to regroup, don't want to force the issue. It's pretty much, been, I won't say it's been all Brawley. Imperial's had its moments, but the bigger moments, of course, the touchdown pass from Ethan Gutierrez to Joel Murillo. The blocked punt that led to an 11-yard touchdown run by Ethan Gutierrez, and the 31-yard field goal by Xavier Pereira. And the Brawley High Wildcats at halftime are leading in this game by a score of 16-0. And we will have Albert Padilla come up and join us. In the meantime, we'd like to remind you this, what did he call it? Live streaming of this Brawley High Wildcat football game is being brought to you by the Desert Review and Wildcat Broadcasting, and is presented on thedesertreview.com and on Facebook at The Desert Review. Brawley football, sponsored in 2019 by Johnny's Burritos, Hart Insurance Company, the Dom Team for Real Estate, Ojeda Industries, the Mann Company, OK Rubber Tire, Jordan Central Implements, Desert RV, Brant Beef, Carter Taylor and Lidco, Clayton Drain Tile and Maintenance, the good people at Fry Chapel Mortuary and Crematory, Clicka Parker Insurance Company, A&R Construction, Brawley Auto Center, located at the old Del Norte building, Smith Kendall Insurance and Real Estate, One World Beef Packers, and Brownie's Diner in Brawley, and the Town Pump Restaurant in Westmoreland. Albert Padilla has rejoined us, and we need to kind of pod somebody up. Is he live? Say,
I hope so.
Yeah, there's Albert. Okay. Albert, I didn't get the exact yardage on that touchdown pass. You recall what it was?
I called it at 60.
Okay, that's what it is. That's what it is. That I kept trying to figure out what Brawley was trying to do. A lot of motion, offsides, false start, whatever you want to call it, Albert. And then what they were doing was just, that play made up for a lot of sins.
Absolutely. And that's the thing about making big plays like that. And not only do they re-energize the ball club and re-energize the crowd, but a lot of times, and we saw that with the Tigers earlier, they had a really nice drive, and they went all the way down to the Brawley 20, but then they could not execute, they could not score, and so a big play like that just kind of washes all that away.
Yep, a big play on offense and a big play on defense. Danny, why don't you catch us up on some scores while we're at halftime? The score here, by the way, is Brawley 16 and Imperial nothing, and we'll come back and get some more of the comments from Albert.
All right, so Central 51, Calexico 0, second quarter. We have Southwest 21, Palo Verde 18. That's a close game there. Hopeville 55, Southwest San Diego 0. Calipatra 21, Kofa 12 in the second quarter. And we have Vincent Memorial 2, Sweetwater 0, and they're also in the second quarter.
2-0?
2-0. One safety.
Two-run homer there in the
Right.
bottom of the third.
Another defensive game there.
Yeah, you talk about a defensive game. That is a defensive game. Albert, what about that defensive stand by the Wildcats? They seem to be reeling a little bit. Quintero, again, we had thought he might be injured. He didn't look injured to me.
Absolutely not. Absolutely, Tom. He did not look injured. And really, if not for him, this Brawley lead could be a lot bigger because the Tigers, Brawley has been successful in what their A plan was today. And that plan was take Joey Ramos out of the game, their star wide receiver that we talked about during the pregame. So they took him out of the picture. I don't think he had any receptions, guys, in the first half. They tried to get him involved with the end around there in the second quarter, but that was also unsuccessful. So their number one weapon has been taken out by the Brawley defense. So Quintero has had to pick up the slack, and he had a couple of nice runs, and a lot of them he broke tackles, which we don't.
A lot of spinning. Yes. Yeah, very good at reversing his field and spinning around and keep moving.
And in the Brawley defense, you don't see that. Brawley is a very disciplined team. They make their tackles. You don't see a lot of broken tackles against a Brawley Wildcat defensive team. But Quintero able to move the chains a couple of times and at least give the Tigers a few opportunities, which, of course, they could not capitalize on.
Okay, this this live stream, of course, brought to you by Wildcat Broadcasting and the Desert Review. And new this season at the Desert Review is a Beat the Week Pick'em Challenge. Go to thedesertreview.com. You might already be there. And click on the contest tab to sign up. Play for free with friends and family and compete to win weekly prizes. That's Beat the Week Pick'em Challenge. And sounds interesting to me. I was invited to get involved, but haven't yet. But now that I got Cal Preps doing predictions, maybe we ought to jump in there, guys.
I think so. Sounds like fun.
Well, their prediction about tonight's game appears to be a little bit off, though.
At the moment. Now, Imperial chose not to go all the way to the Armory because of how nice a night it is. They are staying out here on the field. I thought it was interesting, guys, that at the end of the first half, instead of just slinging it down the field, they decided to let the clock run out.
Yeah, and I guess they're Tigers are just licking their wounds a little bit. The last thing they would want is an injury, an interception, something of that, a fumble. Again, we saw a turnover earlier in the game. We mentioned in the pregame that the Tigers have had some problems with turnovers, and so really they're just trying to keep the score the way it is. Let's go into the locker room, regroup, and they're going to get the football to start the third quarter. And that's a big-time drive because if they can put some points on the board, we're going to have a ball game.
Yeah. Were you surprised that we tried 2 field goals?
Yes. And we've talked about field goal kickers. Xavier Pereira, a lot of confidence. Boomed that first kick. So that was a good call because that was a makeable field goal, 31 yards. The 53-yard attempt, didn't look like such a good decision at the time.
But it's a punt.
Right. Because, but the Tigers' lack of execution there. If they let that ball drop, Tom, correct me if I'm wrong, if they let that ball drop, then they're going to get the football at the spot where it was snapped all the way back at the 36-yard line. So the Tigers would have started at their own 36. Instead, they fielded the kick.
No, the ball has to go out of play. So it would have had to go out of bounds, or it would have had to go out of the end zone. It would have had to be missed. If the ball lands anywhere outside of the end zone, it's a live football. So actually what Brawley was counting on was that they weren't going to pick it up. So we could go down there and maybe steal the ball away from them. That is a live football on a field goal.
But the ball would have been down had Brawley touched it.
Yes.
It would have been Imperial football.
Yep. It would have been Imperial football. But again, it served the same thing as a punt.
Right.
But with the idea that, hey, we hit a 63-yarder and nobody ever thought that would be possible. So why not? A little fireworks going on here. I don't know. Now that we've got Tombach and his crew off of the ditch bank, which they out there over in the corner of the field. We were not used to fireworks on that side of the fence.
I plead the fifth there, Tom.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Stand on the fifth. And again, we're at halftime, 16-0 Brawley High Wildcats, leading in the game. And most unusual, 3-0 lead early in the game for Brawley. Defensively, Albert, you have to be impressed with the Wildcats able to adjust to the difference between Quintero, who is a kind of running all over, hard to shifty running back, and that cannonball that is Padilla.
Right. And Tommy, the Wildcat defense right now, pitching a shutout, and something that we've seen with Brawley's defense this year has been that bend but don't break mentality. Teams have been able to get yards on the Wildcats, and so Imperial was able to move the ball somewhat here in the first half, but they were not able to execute. So the Brawley defense bent, but they did not break, and right now they are pitching a shutout, 16-0. I think another of the key plays here from the first half, Danny, I don't know if you agree with me, but that first punt that was blocked and set up the Wildcats deep in Tiger territory totally shifted things and allowed the Wildcats to build that lead.
Yeah, that was the momentum changer early in the game, and I believe that got the defense pumped up, and then getting the ball back and then scoring a touchdown right off the bat. That helped the Wildcats get to where they're at right now. Imperial, on the other hand, I mean they're here to play. I mean it's still 16-0. It's really a 3-possession game, but we still have the second half to go. So the Wildcats still need to play some ball to keep this lead up.
Right, and the first time, let's go back here a few years, back to 2011. The first time the Tigers beat the Wildcats was on this field, and the Tigers were actually down by 16 in the fourth quarter, if my memory serves me correctly. Imperial scored twice, got two-point conversions, and then sent the game into overtime, which the Tigers won. And then, Tom, I don't know if you remember, there was a little bit of a controversy.
Well, there was not supposed to be any overtime.
Right.
There is no overtime in a league game. Okay, and the coaches agreed, and then, of course, we went back and tried to say, well, wait a minute, we shouldn't have played that. But once we did, and actually, if you look at the records, go to the CIF record book, it shows Imperial's record as 4-1 and 1 in league,
okay,
and Brawley as co-champions. CIF has never recognized